Welcome back. 9:21 on this Monday morning. That means it's time for Curtis Stevens Planning. You know, this is really cool. You're coming up on that dinner seminar on June the 17th, which is Wednesday. That runs at 6 p.m., doesn't it?
It does.
And then you have the upcoming Community Fridays, too, that are getting ready to take place. And it seems like you're rocking and rolling, my friend.
Thanks, CJ. Good to see you again, buddy.
Man, this is cool. So where should we start? There's a lot coming up for Stevens Planning.
Take a pick.
Let's go into the estate and tax planning dinner seminar. This is Wednesday, June the 17th. This is at 6 p.m. at the Wedge Building. Just another really cool opportunity to really, hone in on this. And it was great to have the last conversation more in depth, and really, this time just to touch on what we can be a part of.
Yeah. Thanks, CJ. Looking forward to having Mark there. We're going to have some good prizes. It'll be fun. This event is for people, if they care about protecting their family, the things they've worked hard for, looking out for the future while they're here and gone. If you don't want to burden your family with complex decisions after you're gone, there's a difference between a crock pot setting and a recipe, right? There's a different feeling there. Yeah. So we'll address some of those things. This is for people that have a business, assets, property, all those things, right? If you prefer an education, not a sales pitch, this is a good place to come, get some food, get your questions answered.
Well, I like it. And I mean, for so many people, that's like just such a foreign language. It's you hear some of these words and you're like, what the hell does this even mean? I don't, pardon my language, but it really does for some not, there's such a gap, to bridge and to really come in a non, high pressure environment where you're feeling like, I got to at least do the consult next week type of thing whenever you go here. It's really good to get that knowledge and really just find out a good foundation too. And hell, even hear other people's questions even that, maybe they have from a more experienced, standpoint of this too.
Absolutely. I didn't realize I'd have to learn so much about attorney language, how things work. But if you really want to serve people in the highest capacity, you need to understand what that looks like on the other side of death. Yeah. When tragedy strikes and people aren't able to make their own decisions. So it took me a lot of years to be efficient in it. Of course, I'm not an attorney, right? But I work closely with them. So it's great to have a fiduciary and a licensed professional who's Mark has been licensed for taxes and law. Wow. So it's quite a room full of knowledge. Not that we know more than everybody. We've just seen a lot of stuff. So we actually encourage people to come, set the agenda, ask questions, leave with something in your hand, get a nugget.
Well, and really, this is such an important conversation, and you need to have the right team in front of you too. Because if you're, not comfortable with to me, it has to be an all aspect approach. If you aren't comfortable with your team when it comes to your estate plan and when it comes to, the tax planning side of it, I mean, you're really setting yourself up, not for, I don't want to say disaster and go doom and gloom, but it could be a rocky road because you got to have a strong relationship and really, I think, get to know, who you're truly working with.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't. Just because someone's my client doesn't mean I have to know their attorney. It doesn't mean I have to know their tax professional. But people get caught in the middle. There's times I have, hey, take this note, take it to them, and it just life seems to happen. So it's nice for people that are going to come to this event. They don't have to be referred anywhere. They don't have to go check with their other professional. We'll have everybody in the room to give you an answer, and we can all hold each other accountable, which I like.
Well, and I like too. It goes back in this conversation isn't so much about money as for me. Whenever I hear you speak, it's more about your life's choices and your decisions and what really is important to you and values. Because so many of us want to leave that next generation something or have a legacy to build off of, and it really seems like that has to be the focus point whenever you're going into this type of process.
Yeah, I mean, it's step 5 for us, right? I'm a fiduciary first. We look at investments. It's important to grow and protect what matters to you, but minimizing taxes is a whole different plan. Yeah. Every time you touch your investment, there's a tax consequence, and we want to do that in the form of predictable and sustainable income that's tax efficient, right? That's another plan. Then there's life planning, care, dignity. Tragedy happens, like I mentioned, but step 5, coordinating all that. That's where we bring in licensed professionals that help coordinate estate.
And that's where I think it's so cool just to hear this approach more from what you guys do, this 5. And it's really a wheel or a true wheel because you're going right into this, these phases. And so whenever you're working with somebody, what's your most exciting part of this? This is it 5 or whenever you're talking about your steps when you're working with your clients, is there one that you're like, here we go. This is it's time to go today type of thing.
There is, but to back it up a second, you're right. Okay. It is a wheel, and it's not something that ever stops, right? That's where annual reviews come in, and we reassess, and then we just keep on rolling, baby.
I like it. This is cool.
For me, I'm an independent guy, right? I don't ever have to answer to a corporation or a company. I can fight for my clients. I can always do what's best for them without having to worry about somebody over my head influencing decisions. It's between me and my client. I work for them. So my favorite part of my job and what we do that I feel makes us unique is that we actually get to always operate on the best place for the client, and we're never have to go to a product or a service. And so when people have been doing business a certain way for 20 or 30 years, and then they come to us and they say, well, why hasn't anybody ever talked to us about this? Well, it's probably because they can't.
Yeah.
Why hasn't anybody ever tried to coordinate? And so when they start to see the value from more than just step one, which is making money, and they start to see 2, 3, 4, 5 all come into play, that is beautiful. That's what gets me pumped about serving my community and helping people on an individual level, because that process brings results.
Yeah, 100%. Well, and
did I answer your question?
Oh, 1,000 times. Well, I think you did, and then some, because it really, to break this down for me to understand, and also for, I think, the audience to get excited about this, because, so many times you hear these commercials or you hear, someone talk about this and you're like, okay, cool. But, to me, it's such an exciting thing to do. It's something to truly be motivated for. And it gives somebody true goals in life, whether it's, someone with a single household or, a family approach, but there's truly goals to chase too, and it truly, to me, it becomes more of like a sport, in a weird way, if that makes sense.
I mean, I like being competitive.
Yeah,
so
okay.
If I can help as many people as I want to help more people every year.
Yeah.
Right?
I just think it's awesome, and how it truly becomes such a motivating thing. It becomes something truly exciting,
I'll tell you another side of my job that I really enjoy that most people wouldn't think of, in my opinion. And so, for instance, I sat down with someone who's a friend of the family, and he's single, doesn't have much family, and the guy doesn't have a financial advisor, has really no use for him. And he's got Roth conversion strategies in place, right? He knows what his money's invested in. He's managing it all himself. And when he told me about it, I commended him. I gave him a pat on the back and said, great job. You've taken ownership over your finances, man. High five. Yeah. Boom. And we both left feeling great, because that's what it's about. Taking ownership, knowing what's going on, and getting the best help you can. Not everybody needs our help. Some people are out there killing it, right? Yeah. But it takes a lot of work to do that.
Right. Well, and that's where it's like, it just really, I think it's so cool just to have that, not only want the transparency where you aren't truly you aren't selling anything.
Can't be all things to all people, buddy.
Right. But what you can be is excited for them, because it's still a part of what your mission and what your values at Stevens Planning are. And I think that's where it's just such a cool tie-in. And you guys have a chance to learn a couple of different things this month, whether it's coming up on Wednesday, June the 17th. We're just a couple of days away from that. That'll be at 6 p.m. With Toberlin, and that'll be really cool. We've already had a conversation with...
That'll be with Goldenberg, Heller, and Antignoli.
Oh, sorry. I keep getting that always backwards. We have so many events. I keep always doing. I did that to Toberlin, I think.
That's
Sorry,
all right.
Man.
That's all right.
This will
You're getting legal and tax mixed up.
I'm
That's
getting
okay.
them both mixed up. Okay, so Goldenberg, Heller, and Antignoli, and Mark joined us just last week. It was last Monday. He joined us and called in, and just hearing how excited he is, and what I think's cool. Whenever you're around for, you have so many years into the business, and I don't want to make it sound like he's old or anything, or make it bad. But when you've done this a time or two, it's really cool to hear someone still get excited about helping people and collaborating and really putting on a really cool event for people to really get something out of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can't stay in these spaces if you're not genuine about helping people.
Right.
That's what it's about, man. Because people can sniff it.
Yeah.
They can sniff it a mile away how full of crap you are. Yeah. And so you just focus on what you can control and helping people where they're at.
Well, and it seems like everyone that you really do these events with, it has to be that way. Otherwise, you aren't going to do it. You know what I'm saying? It seems that way.
Yeah. And again, I'm called to make a difference, not a living. So it's I have to believe in what I'm doing. And again, back to my EMT and my healthcare years, right? Like I'm called to serve people. And so that's what we do. Fantastic. Here's a good opportunity. And all this starts with a viewpoint.
Well, and how do we get that?
A Viewpoint, well, you can schedule an appointment through our website. You can come to an event, meet us, and we can talk about how to get a Viewpoint scheduled there. But it's no pressure. I don't even leave your checkbook at the house. We sit down, we talk, and we decide if there's any value Stevens Planning can bring and if we want to get together again. That's essentially all it is. It's a quality control check.
Absolutely. You can see this right now by going to StevensPlanning.com. Get a free financial viewpoint by clicking on that green button right there, and it'll take you right to this form. You can schedule your free evaluation, and they'll get back to you within 24 hours. That sounds pretty good to me. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back, chat it up some more, and we'll learn more about this really cool opportunity on the last Friday of every month from 9 to 3 at The Wedge. We'll find out more details next.
Meet the Classic Edge HDX outdoor wood furnace. Best-in-class efficiency, durability, and smart technology. At Backyard Boilers, we're your trusted central boiler dealer, bringing you EPA-certified outdoor furnaces that burn up to 60% less wood. With the Firestar controller, you can monitor your system right from your phone. Built with titanium-enhanced stainless steel, these furnaces are made to last. Call Backyard Boilers in Perry, Illinois today at 217-473-7568 and make this your warmest, most efficient winter yet.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit AltonElite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
As the storm hits, your roof protects everything underneath it. Trust the storm damage and roof replacement experts, Archer Roofing and Restoration, providing free inspections, help with insurance claims, and offer financing options that make replacing your roof affordable. Proudly veteran-owned and community-focused. We're here when our neighbors need us most. Call 618-575-0016 or visit archerroof.com today.
Welcome back. 9:35. Back with Curtis. You know, it's really cool to get fired up about this stuff. You know, I mean, like, being honest with you, back in the day when you would listen to these segments on AM radio, these were sleeper ones that you would, like, listen to on it. But, like, talking to you, I really get excited about, like, really going into this and hoping, you know, people really pick up the phone and call because, you know, there's no better time than now.
Is that just because you're older and you like money more?
No, could be. Man, that's kind of, I'm just getting, you know, kind of, oh. Yeah. Man.
Didn't mean to derail you there, CJ.
No,
sorry.
that's just a wake up
Good
call.
morning.
Just a wake up call at 9:35 in the morning. I am.
Money's a shelter, man. Money is a shelter.
Well, with kids and, with the baby and we're, and everything, it's really important to, it kind of changes you,
It does.
So what is your biggest challenge? Is it working with somebody that's kind of got everything going for them, or is it kind of meeting with somebody that's never really started and you kind of just give them advice and say, here's what we can do? What's the biggest kind of thrill for you when it comes to that side of life?
Look, meeting people where they're at and being able to impact them is important, right? And so you can't always, not everybody is in a good place when it comes to connecting and serving, right? Mm-hmm. And some people don't want to come to these events because maybe they've realized that, I kind of line this up with something like my daughter, who's we're traveling next month up to St. Paul, Minnesota for National Bowling Tournament.
Oh, that'll be cool.
She's very competitive, likes to bowl a lot, and she was not good when she started. Right, would throw them right into the gutter. I mean, she's got a house average of over 200 now. Sports shots up there pretty good, and sometimes pops would have to me or somebody would have to throw out a guardrail for her, right?
Yeah.
And so sometimes mistakes are made, but financial life can be a lot like that. You stay persistent, you care, and you keep trying, and eventually things get better. Things have happened in the past. We can't fix them. We focus on the next frame and we move on. And
that's
so
a cool way to look at it.
Yeah. And so we have something that we do. Look, I don't run a charity, right? Like I need to be able to address myself and pay my bills, but there's people that need help that don't have any money. So on Community Fridays, that's something that we've done to actually give back to the community, to serve. Last Friday of every month, we open our doors from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And I don't care if you're $1 million in debt. I don't care if you've only got $10,000 that you've had stashed under your mattress. We don't care. Come in. If you know your baby's ugly, we'll help you best we can.
Yeah.
It's not fun for me to call people's babies ugly or their situation, but you focus on what you can control and you move forward best we can, right? So that's one way that we try to give back and serve our community.
Well, and see, I think it's one of those things where it has to, I think that mindset could really, not even when we're talking about money and all of this stuff, when we're talking about financial well-being, but also just life. Because I think whenever you go into that mindset, right, because we all done this when we're young. We take it day by day and hope for the best, or we just, kind of get through it. But whenever things start to slow down and you're able to not only put that mindset and that concept just to your financial well-being and your financial blueprint and your investments and all of those great things, but when you put it to your everyday life, it really kind of translates to your family well-being too and your mental well-being,
It does. I mean, stress is a real thing, right?
Oh, 100%.
And it affects our life. And there's people out there carrying a burden. And whether it's just knowing that you're not being as efficient as you possibly could, knowing that a little more intentionality in your life, your financial decisions could make, folks, it's amazing. I love saving people hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes and making them money. And so whether it's just being a little more efficient there or getting that freaking monkey off your back because you've been having your head in the sand for so long and you don't know where to turn, that's why we have these events. Okay. Community Fridays, we are there. Don't worry about us making income or money off of you or even having assets. Come in and get that monkey off your back if you have it. Outside of that, we have other events that are more focused and specialized, such as the one coming up. People don't get excited about credit protection and lawsuits until they're in it and know that they've done the right thing.
Right.
But those are some of the things we're going to be covering.
Right. I think this is so cool. And that's right. it all ties back in because all I can think about right now is like Seinfeld, like Serenity now, It's,
no soup for you.
Yeah. But it's really cool though. I mean, if you want, Serenity now, it's hell with that. Go right into this and dive in, And like you said, it's not a judgment zone where, to me, I'm always thinking about the person that's like, that always wants to be there, but it's not even close. Well, you got to start somewhere, and you got to have somebody that's, not there to, go, oh, crap, I'm not going to be able to pull this one together today, but just to really help, somebody start out, and just give them the right foundation is a good thing too.
Yeah. And oftentimes people come in and we'll meet and we decide that maybe we want to continue talking and maybe we can be of some value. I encourage people often, hey, friendly reminder, this tax planning, this estate planning, this income plan, this is a bit of a journey.
Yeah.
Okay. Where it's not you walk in and you make a decision. It's you start looking at things a little bit different. You start making some decisions. And maybe by the end of the year, you have everything in place. Maybe in 6 months. Right. But I don't encourage people to come in and just start shooting from the hip.
Right.
It's a journey.
100%. And you can find out more too by going to stevensplanning.com/events. That's where we're at. And, you can learn, this one's today or tomorrow, June the 16th. You have an upcoming event too. Mm-hmm. Oh, there you go. How to pay zero in taxes and retirement. This is a webinar. And just to register and get the Zoom link, you click on the button, it takes you right there to it.
Yep.
Fantastic.
For anyone who's not able to attend in person, we've got some resources for you.
That's fantastic. And then there's also going to be more opportunities that you can see here. And then there's in-person lunch and learns that are coming up on July the 10th. And then that dinner seminar is June the 17th that we've been advertising as well and letting people know about. But Curtis, I think it's just all a great way to really meet people where they're at. It's something you've been saying here a little bit. And it's true, because we're all busy. We all have things going on, but to provide more opportunities to truly learn and connect, it leads to a lot better things, a lot cooler futures.
Yeah. Nobody cares what you know until they know you care, right?
That's right. I like it. What's your final thought before we say, so long for now?
Make it a great day, y'all. Make it a great day.
And we'll see you at stevensplanning.com. Get your free financial viewpoint and you'll make it a great day and have really just, I think, a good team. You know what I'm saying? And just having that mindset to really tackle things and to win.
We appreciate the opportunity to be here, CJ, as always, man. Good to see you.
We'll take a quick break and we'll link everything in an article on RiverBender.com. More show next.